Okay, so let's go over some price action that happened this past week. Today is Sunday, the 27th. We're just gonna go over last week's price action. So right here is 9 o'clock. We are looking to see that price may come through here, or it may not, right? And if it doesn't, we had a high right here to check out, and a high right here to check out, and technically another one right here. Okay, I wasn't too interested in this one, but it could stay. Now, when you come down here into the 15-minute chart, the 15 and the hourly, they did not close down here or stay down here. Like with this little break, you had a major rejection. You see this major rejection area and then an engulf. We break structure right here. However, you could have got in right around here for buys and put your stop down here. So the moment that you seen this candle failed, this one right here, the moment that you would have seen this candle fail, and as soon as it got engulfed, you could have took this trade, stops down here with your TP at these highs. And as you can see, we hit TP clean as day. We can actually see how many points that was. The first hit was 100 points, and the second hit was about 150, close to 200 points. So, and you're only risking about 30 points, bro. I'm trying to tell you, it's a game changer when you look at it from a point aspect versus a money aspect. If you're looking at the points, bro, like you're averaging amazing returns with risk to reward when it comes to US 30. So as you can see, I don't really like how the 5-minute chart looked. If you wanted to, right, there was a possibility that when you came on here at 9, you were looking at this, right? When you get to the 5-minute chart, I wanted buys from here. When 9:35 came and we came up here, I was already interested in buys because we passed these highs, right? But the retest of it failed. The retest failed and it ended up engulfing my lows, which this could be a sell entry right here under the EMAs, and you could have held for a 1 to 3, which was still clean. So this is why I be saying, like, it's multiple ways to trade a chart, bro. Like, it's a lot of ways to really trade. You just need a couple of them that work for you. So I just showed you two possibilities. You could have took the hourly entry with the 15-minute chart of confirmation. We didn't get our close down here, so we ended up engulfing. On the hourly chart, 9 o'clock closes, but it closes up. It doesn't close below 44900. It closes above it. So as soon as we engulf this high, you're in for a buy. Put your stops down here at 449,900 or whatever, and then your TPs again would have been 4,500 or 4,500 and 45,050. Okay, now let's go to the next day. Right here is 9 o'clock. This candle right here. So we would like to have seen, are we going to pass this area? And if not, then I want to see us come up to this area, right? I want to see what's going to happen between here and here. So drop down to the 5-minute chart. And here it is. It was quite literally perfect because soon as 9:30 hit, you had a beautiful breaking structure, rejection down here perfectly, and then we engulfed it. EMAs respected. You could have got in right here at this high. Down. Put your stops like this. Just keep a simple 30 stop and aim for the highs. And boom. 158 points, bro. 1 to 5. Insane, right? Just insane. All right. Let's go again. It is 1, 2 days. This is Wednesday. Okay, so Wednesday, here's 9 o'clock right here. Okay. We obviously have a breaking structure. We obviously have an area to reject. All right. As long as price was to come above this high, I'm more than interested in taking buys, bro. We got a break. We come down. As long as we get above here, I'm entering buys. And we sure as hell got above this. Mind you, this is the hourly chart that we're looking at. Put your stops at 30 and hope for a 1 to 3 at minimum, right? Now, if you wanted to drop down to the 5 minute, I'll show you how this played out. So on the 5 minute chart, you have these temporary cells, which did work out, right? They worked out great. But they were temporary, they were quick. So this could have been a win or a loss, depending on what you was looking at. But you definitely could have took this down to about right here, which is a valid trade, super valid. However, from the hourly chart and the 15-minute chart, the hourly and 15 show you something different. 9:30 comes, and we are technically at a high. We got a double top right here. We're at a high. We break this low, but then we come down here and we reject this low. So off bat, what is it telling you? That we're gonna end up possibly buying right back from this area again. So as soon as we came down here, we was waiting to see what's up. If we would have broke below, I would have took sells, but instead we rejected coming above. And again, using the hourly storyline, it was clear as day to take buys, and you had area to fill, as you can see. Entry down here, area to fill up here. All right, so that was Wednesday. Oh, I need to stretch. Friday, Thursday, Wednesday. Let's do Tuesday. I'm just reviewing US 30 because that's technically my main pair. I don't know if I'm gonna review gold or not, but here's the 9 o'clock candle. All right, we are basically seeing a breaking structure right here. And this breaking structure, as you can see, the retest fails at 8 o'clock. And basically 9 o'clock comes in and fucking engulfs. If you're paying attention, we had a breaking structure. That breaking structure, the retest fails, it gets engulfed with 9 a.m. As long as 9:30 was respected, you could have took this trade and rode it up to here and got out, right? Or you could have waited for it to get, this break, which show you right here, broke this structure, right? It broke this structure, and then from there, it respected it. So you get a break, you have a low to reject, you have a high to run. So as soon as it rejects this low, you got a break, reject the low, and it comes back in. EMA is respected right here. Could have gotten in and rode off, right? Only thing is, you really wouldn't have gotten an entry until coming into about 12 o'clock. So between 11 and 12. Again, multiple ways to trade, guys. Multiple ways to trade. Because you easily could have taken this failed breakout and ride it on up to here, which was what? Let me just show you real quick. This was still 100 points. Still a crazy return on this little range right here. and I really want to see what it looked like at the 5 minute chart, just so that we can make sure that we are in sync, right? Um, and there it is. So on the 5 minute chart, it doesn't even look as as beautiful. I ain't gonna lie to you. It doesn't look like it's doing what it's supposed to do. But it kind of is readable. Cause as long as you break this high, then I'd be interested. Or even if you broke this high, which it does, and it comes back and it taps it. So you do get a breaking structure on the 5 minute chart, and you do get a pullback, which you could have entered as soon as it engulfed this and rode it up, which I'm assuming still would have given you about 100 points. Yeah, close to it. All right. Worst case scenario, you would have missed that. You could have caught the retest, which is around here. And again, that really didn't take off until later on. So this is why lately I've been really enjoying the hourly chart. I feel like, sorry about the dogs. I think the hourly chart plus the 5 minute. I think the hourly chart plus the 5 minute entry is amazing, but like you really gotta stick to the hourly chart for your full entire story and direction, and let the 5 minute just play into it. Don't get distracted with the 5 minute noise and whatever happens on there. We needed to respect our hourly storyline no matter what. It has to respect the storyline. If it doesn't respect the storyline, then we just don't really have a trade. So I think we did Tuesday just now. Pretty sure that's what we just did. Now I'm gonna look at Monday. And Monday, here is 9 o'clock right here. I have a clear breaking structure. I have a clear area to reject. Right? I'll mark it up for you guys. That's the break. Okay. This is the rejection area. Alright. As long as we got our retest and everything, we wanted to see price come up here as our TP. So, you really don't need to wait. I mean, I would have waited till 9:30, like I said. As long as 9:30 is in action, I could take this trade as long as everything respects what it's supposed to. And boom, money being made. You don't get stopped out. When 9 o'clock comes and engulfs this high over here, get in for your buys, put your stop loss at the low over here, and you are respected the whole way. It does take till about 11 o'clock to hit full TP, but I mean, I'd rather hold my trades for a little bit longer, um, with a way more powerful volume directional pull versus basing everything off the 5 minute chart. And that directional pull could be changed for 15 minutes at a time. And it looked different on the 5 minute chart. So using the hourly as a strict roadmap, a storyline to guide us on the 5 minute chart has been like, oh my god, it's created so much of a relief to not have to keep sitting there battling which way the chart's going. Oh, let's catch this moment, let's catch that moment. You know, when you have ADHD and you have a lot of experience on the charts, or at least a lot of time seeing charts and seeing patterns, sometimes it's hard for you to ignore the little shit. So yeah, but that was the week's price action, just so y'all can see what I be looking at. Again, I only look for two actual setups. I'm gonna just draw it out for you real quick, but this is one of them. Okay, so this is one thing that I be looking for. All right, this is the other thing that I be looking for. All right, these are some of my. These are two patterns that I look for. Right, this is the buying position, and this is the selling position. Okay, now let me show you the other pattern that we look for, which is a fake out. The price ends up going above and it comes right back down. Okay. Price does some stuff like this, moves around a little bit, whatever. Right. It comes down and breaks up. So the difference, as you can see, our retest fails. We do break out, but the retest ends up failing, goes right back in that range. So you could enter for your sells right here and take profit down here somewhere, or even enter more position right here, scale in for more, right? Then you got this one, which same thing. We break below on the first leg, the retest fails and comes back into the range. Doesn't come back down and keeps going up. So those are the 4 patterns that I look for. Essentially, it's 2 patterns, a buy and a sell position, which equal out 4 different looks. So yeah, that's all I look for, bro, every day, and that's the only thing I'm looking for when I get on here on the hourly chart. And then I'm just looking for the 5-minute to respect it. And my EMAs. Again, look at the EMAs. Can I show like a list of my indicators? No? Whatever. But here are the EMAs, bro. At EMA 5 open. So you guys can see it. And at EMA 20 open. I don't use the 20 as much as the 5, but together they're pretty lethal. And then my chart, if you want to get the colors and shit, this is the color scheme that I use, just so everybody can see it.